Well, whatever. I'll leave a minimal amount for food and materials and sell everything else. A wise choice. Ah, I almost forgot the most important thing. What else is left? That wasn't the real reason I came here. I'm actually here to deliver this to you. This is the seal of a baron. You have received an underworld baron seal. This is the first baron seal given to the master of a labyrinth that is not located in the abyss. Would you like to inherit the position of a baron? You have been appointed as a baron of the underworld. The territory of the Naga labyrinth has been declared as the baron's territory. Intelligent beings in the underworld will not be able to infiltrate the Naga labyrinth. You are able to set a toll on the territory. You are able to assemble an order of knights. You are now qualified to pass through the abyss levels. You have obtained the authority of a lower-class noble. There's a lot. I didn't expect your lack of hesitation. I already knew something like this existed. Although I didn't know this would be delivered by a mere black merchant. I'm only here to deliver it. So, why did you follow us to the Flood Dragon Labyrinth? As far as I know, the Naga Labyrinth is not capable enough to operate the Flood Dragon Labyrinth as of right now. That's right. And since the Flood Dragon King died while he was away, both the labyrinth and its core are in perfect shape. So, us black merchants will have to pay more for the labyrinth. I don't understand the nonsense you're spouting. Pardon? Who said I'm selling this labyrinth? Well, since you don't have the ability to operate it, the only thing left to do is Nagas. Bring me everything that could be of use, and destroy everything else. Plunder. There are few labyrinths in a good state because of the Great War. If you do this, there's no way for a new labyrinth to grow here. That's what I want. The position of a baron isn't something you should underestimate. Most wouldn't even dare to get close. As if I care. The energy of the labyrinth core is incredible. Core of the Flood Dragon Labyrinth rank 7, 5400/7000. I guess he didn't even think about the case where he would die. I'll take all of it. Would you like to deactivate and disassemble the core? Yeah. The Flood Dragon Labyrinth has been deactivated. I just don't like the idea of another labyrinth growing near my own. Decades of growth are gone, just like this. Don't worry, I've left some for you. I'll sell you the Flood Dragon's specialized equipment. The Nagas can't use them anyway. You'd better be quick before the Nagas crunch them all into pieces. Ugh. Master. These are the horned rats that used to work for the Flood Dragon Labyrinth. I've brought them here from inside the labyrinth. It seems that some are still in hiding. What should we do with them? Oh ho. They seem pretty useful. Rats, listen up. He is the master of the Naga Labyrinth who sliced the neck of the Flood Dragon King Anaxtus. He was recognized by the underworld for his feats and earned a noble title. If you wish to save your life, pay your respects to the Baron. Your authority as the Baron of the underworld is activating. The horned rats submit to the underworld Baron Kim Jin-woo. After defeating the Flood Dragon King, I came to visit the Flood Dragon Labyrinth to take my spoils of war. I will take you in as one of my own only if I deem you useful. If you aren't, I will destroy you all. I need to check whether you guys will be of any use. I was expecting better since you were workers for an established labyrinth, but you're all skin and bones. You won't be able to lift up any tools properly. Most of you are malnourished and overworked, and some of you are suffering from illnesses. How could you ever work effectively in that state? You'd only spread your diseases if I took you in. It's over. He'll kill us all. We've lived our entire lives working for the Flood Dragon King. Maybe it's better to just die like this, instead of struggling to live on. We should feed them first. Provide them with a space in the labyrinth and feed them 3 times a day with nutritious foods. Once the temple has been constructed, quarantine them until they recover. I can't believe it, he's planning to feed us then eat us. How stupid. If you die, you won't be able to work. As long as you work for my labyrinth, I won't allow any form of death other than natural causes. You will be put to work as soon as you recover. You'll be provided with 3 meals, 8 hours of sleep, and at least 5 hours of free time a day. You will have 2 days off every week and you will also be free if you finish your assigned task early. You need to eat up to gain muscle and you need rest to strengthen those muscles. The efficiency decreases if you are overworked. I don't think you believe me yet. Stop ruining the product and come out already. Oh my! How could there be such a chubby caterpillar in the underworld? It's not a caterpillar, it's a naga. I see. It's the naga's emergency ration. It's a naga worker. This is a worker. Look how chubby its fingers are. Let me say this again. 3 meals a day, plenty of rest, and guaranteed sleep and time off. If you need to leave the labyrinth for a task, you will be protected by the Naga soldiers. Come work for the Naga labyrinth. My king. I will serve you until I die. Great king of Naga. Master. I think all the rats came out of hiding after hearing what you said. That's okay. We have plenty of food. Listen up, horned rats. You no longer need to shiver in fear of being eaten by the flood dragons after being overworked. Come to my labyrinth. I will serve you flood dragon meat. There has never been an instance of there being 2 cores in a single labyrinth. No one knows what changes will result from this. Do you still agree to activate the new core? Nobody does it because you scare them like that. I agree. The new core of the labyrinth has started activating. Main core Naga Labyrinth Core rank 5, Subcore Flood Dragon Labyrinth Core rank 7. The main and subcore differ in rank. The subcore cannot fully bring out its potential. The rank of the subcore will temporarily downgrade to rank 5. The efficiency of the 2 cores has increased significantly. The total energy capacity of the main core is increasing, 1700, 2500. The total energy capacity of the subcore is decreasing, 7000, 2500. The energy inside the subcore has exceeded its maximum capacity and you will lose, 2900, energy. What? Hold on. That's like losing 1000 low-grade down gems. Adjustment complete, damn it. I guess there's nothing I can do about it. It's not like 2500 is low either. Synchronization in progress, time left until completion 6 days 23 hours 59 minutes 52 seconds. I guess we'll just wait now. Are the rats resting up? Yes. They're recovering well. I think some of them are imagining things because they're not used to getting rest. Even the flood dragons didn't get this kind of treatment. We were scammed. They're planning to fatten us up before eating us. They must have been overworked their entire life. I think they'll be fine once they start working again. I don't know how you knew, but I'm glad you dug a room already. It's a bit small, but we just need to make it bigger. Thank you, my secret room. Master, we're nearly done organizing and summing up the spoils of war. Go ahead. We've extracted down gems from the dead flood dragon bodies. We've brought back corpses as we ran out of space in our storage, we froze them at the site of the battle. Did you figure out the exact numbers? Yes. Those that can be used for food number 176 flood dragon soldiers, 47 heroes. We ran out of mana. For catapulting flood dragons and 10 flood dragon champions. Thank God the mages know ice magic. This entire place would reek of rotting corpses otherwise. I'll brief you on the down gems now. We have 236 low-grade down gems, 72 mid-grade ones, and 8 high-grade ones. It's fewer than I thought, and last but not least, 1 super-grade down gem. What? How did we get a super-grade gem? Is it from the siege class? No, the siege class perished with the down gems. I think. The down gem of the blood leopard that the Flood Dragon King killed was lying around in the war site. Heart of the blood leopard, super grade. You can only check the exact worth of the down gem with a research lab and a smithy. Good job, Dominique. Excellent. I'm sure this will more than make up for the lost energy. Alright, I think we're about done cleaning up. We should focus on expanding the labyrinth and the main room. The territory of the labyrinth seems to have expanded until the bridge. There was a territorial bonus during the battle. We shall build new labyrinth gates at the new borders of the territory. Is where we'll move the barracks, farm, and training hall to. We'll build a research lab and temple on the right side. And as for the empty spaces, we will house the rats and the nagas. Master. Why don't you make a place for you to rest near the owner room? Is that really necessary? Of course it is. I don't think it makes sense that someone as great as you only has this throne room for yourself. If you say so. Also, as a reward for eliminating the spiders, Quintus requested that anyone of hero rank and above should have their own private rooms. She's talking so fast. That's unexpected. I thought he'd be the type to request for an armory instead. That's. Providing them with a private space could motivate the other soldiers to work even harder. I see, it makes sense. I guess I should thank Quintus for that idea later. I think Quintus. I guess we could make it around here, would prefer to have me deliver it to him instead of you making the trip yourself, Master. Is that so? Then I'll leave it up to you. Then, I'll deliver your construction orders now. I think they're excited about the changes to the labyrinth's layout. The Naga labyrinth will definitely go through a substantial amount of growth starting today. But we're far from done. We can't stop at being a strong labyrinth. We must get even stronger. Everyone, retreat. It's not something we can handle ourselves. The level 8s were slaughtered. This isn't what we discussed earlier. I thought it'd only run away. It's just a mere werbeast. You mean the 7th floor of the underworld? Isn't the sole reason we go to the underworld for money from down gems? Isn't this much enough? Why is there a need to go all the way down to the 7th floor? And how would they know if it's from the 7th floor or not? Please help me out just this once. I just need a record of having sent a person down. My client is insisting on it. It's only the 7th floor, the entrance to the lower floors. Even if I like money, I won't send people down to die for money. As I've said, we already have down gems. I'm not doing this because of down gems. Ugh. I didn't want to tell you because you were in a similar situation. Have you heard of werbeasts? Werbeasts, you mean like those horned rats? No, I'm not talking about beasts who can speak. I'm talking about those things that appear in comics. Humans with animal ears and tails, you know. Capturing them and enslaving them is popular amongst the rich. You're saying that humans like enslaving beings from the underworld? Well, technically humans did win the war. How is this any different from dungeon babies? You know how money works in the market. The Explorer Association I told you about earlier even has a team for capturing werbeasts. So are you asking me to capture werbeasts for them, knowing that they'll be treated the same way dungeon babies are? No, no, no. I'm not. I'm just asking you to leave a record of you doing it. I'll provide you with equipment and supplies for free, so I just want you to go to the 7th floor and come back. You don't need to capture anyone. I'll compensate you plenty for this job, so please. It's only a lower floor. I'm doing this because I don't want to get anyone killed. Ha. If you only want me to go there and back, I'll do it. Thank you. All I need to do is figure out how to tell my client about failing to capture one. It should take you around 2 months to get to the 7th floor. Ah, Mr. Beck, do you happen to know anything about the Flood Dragon Labyrinth? Are you talking about the Scaredy Cat Anaxtis on floor 9? Master, you're back. Nothing happened while I was gone, right? Yes. Not much happened, but I do have something to report back to you about. Go ahead. Most of the horned rats have been put to work. Here, have a drink while you work. Those damn flood dragon bastards. I think they're very satisfied with their workplace. That's good. They're about 40% less efficient compared to the Naga workers though. Those horned rats are terrible at their work. Isn't it because of fatigue? According to Rikshasha, it's due to the difference between the species. Rather than the big holes required to construct rooms or tunnels, the horned rats are specialized at digging holes only big enough for their own bodies to fit through. I should look into this later. Next, the research lab and the smithy will finish refining the blood leopard's heart within 3 days. 3 days, huh? Then I guess I should leave after seeing the result. I have plenty of time, and it'd give me some time to recover as well. Where are you headed to? I accepted a request from a human again. Since you belong to the upper world, I understand that you bring down gems with you to make a living above, but I am frustrated that I have less time to see you because of that. That does make me a bit embarrassed. But don't worry too much. All my possessions above ground, such as my money, house, and connections, are just for show. Of course, I do have family above, but I was born in the underworld. Maybe it's only natural for me to feel more comfortable in the Naga labyrinth. Master. And I also get some valuable information from above. By valuable information, do you mean? It's valuable by human standards, so I don't know if you'll feel the same about it, but apparently, the Naga labyrinth is on the 9th floor of the underworld. I don't really understand what that means. That means we at least won't have to worry about human explorers intruding into our labyrinth. Most of them will die before even reaching us. However, we would take the most damage if the beast of the abyss was to go wild. Let's continue our talk while walking. I want to see the results of the construction. Yes. Apparently, the humans called the Flood Dragon King a scaredy cat. It seems that he was busy avoiding humans during the Great War. I guess it was true that he was scared of the humans' weapons. A couple of plastic bombs exploded in his throat and he was still completely fine, although it turned out to be just a false rumor. Loading. The blood leopard heart is ready. The left one has been appraised from the lab, and the right one has been refined in the smithy. Good work. I'll take a look at the one from the lab first. Blood leopard's heart, supergrade/appraised, down gem from the blood leopard, the cruel apex predator of the underworld. It contains the essence of its stealth ability, which had been enhanced from years of hunting. I've figured out that an ability resides in it, but I have no idea how to use it. It's not like I can eat it or anything. The parasite requests for the supergrade down gem, blood leopard's heart. This is. I believe it asked for something similar during my battle with Anaxtis. I guess the hypothesis I made back then was right. What would that be? I think the parasite that resides in your body requires very valuable down gems to grow. And that's why it has the ability to sense down gems. That's a bit troublesome. A supergrade down gem like this would contribute to the growth of the labyrinth by quite a bit. No, we're rather lucky. From what I've heard, some suck their host's blood, and in the worst case, some require their host's vitality, so I think we could consider ourselves quite lucky. What? And you still made me take it? It was a desperate situation. She's not wrong. If it wasn't for the parasite, we would have lost to the Flood Dragon King helplessly. Neither me nor the labyrinth would be standing right now. I approve. The parasite has acquired a new ability. New ability, camouflage. Nothing will be able to see you without a special detection skill. Oh. The parasite has reached its growth limit. It will undergo a transformation to surpass its growth limit. The parasite will be in hibernation for a week. See, congratulations. The parasite is sleeping. And this one has been refined in the smithy. Blood Leopard's Heart, supergrade/refined, down gem from the Blood Leopard, the cruel apex predator of the underworld. You are able to add a special ability to a piece of equipment by crafting the equipment with this. I don't think we can use this one right now. After all, I break my weapon every time I fight. Maybe I should look for a personal weapon I can use. I don't think I should use this on any common weapon. Now that I've finished checking it out, I'll be on my way to finish the human's request. It'll take around 2 weeks, so I'll check in on the Flood Dragon Core synchronization after I come back. Would you be alright with the parasite sleeping? I did get quite a bit of help from the parasite, but the parasite isn't the reason I'm strong. You did hunt down a hell spider without its help. That's right. I'll be fine as long as I don't run into anyone like Anaxtus. Where the hell did this lizard go while slacking off? Now loading. Several days later, 7th floor of the underworld. Why are there so many corpses at the start of the 7th floor? What do you think killed all of them? Since they seem to have been stabbed, bitten, and sliced, I don't think it's anything big, but it can't be anything small either, since 2 level 8s died. Maybe something mid-sized? They most likely ran into a higher species similar to fanged bats. I think we should be cautious of the ceiling and stay close to the walls. If you hear any high-pitched chirps, don't move. You heard him, right? Tell that to everyone. Yes. Ugh, do we really need to go into places where so many have died just to capture werbeasts? Didn't you hear? It seems that floor 7 has some rare breeds. Maybe we could sell it on our own after capturing it before we turn it over to our client. It'd be a waste if we come to where our level 8 allies died and walk away with only the commission fee. You're right, maybe it's a good thing since there's less of us too. But don't let your guard down. That could be us. Let's move. I guess the dungeon babies lost their touch. They're all wrong. The underworld beasts don't leave behind corpses. They don't leave any meat behind from the corpses, to be exact. Most of the hunting that goes on in the underworld is for food. With the exception of some species, most of them don't waste their energy on meaningless hunting, since they're more prone to danger when fatigued. There are many human corpses lying around in a wide area. There are only human corpses, and none of them show any signs of being eaten. There aren't any signs of gear being stolen either, so it was not done to protect territory. A small species. A single entity lashing out in self-defense. It seems pretty strong too. It's still close by. Damn it. I couldn't sense it until right before it reached me. Is this the werbeast Mr. Beck was talking about? I think this is the one that the explorers were after. Which means that this one is probably what the client wanted. It's likely also the one responsible for slaughtering all the explorers. It's not very skilled at offense. It almost feels like I'm fighting against a smaller version of the Blood Leopard. I'd say it's around the same level as Quintus. I have no interest in you, so back off. And if you still want to fight me, I guess I have no choice but to kill you. I caught it. We've successfully captured it. I was worried because there were so many corpses, but it was thankfully easier than expected. Let's head back before the beasts come. What do you think you're doing? Huh? Should you really be saying that when we saved your life? Aren't you part of the group that got slaughtered down here? You're back after running away alone to bring back the equipment, right? All your equipment is cheap, so I doubt you're a normal explorer. A dungeon baby. I think you might be the captain of an expedition team or something. We need to tie it down quickly. It might escape. Are those the down gems you got from this expedition? Wow, you got so many. I'm sure you're happy to have the entire expedition team's worth of down gems all to yourself. I came here alone. And I don't know the people who died here. Ha! You don't need to act tough like that. The stronger you are, the higher chance you have of surviving. You don't need to be embarrassed about surviving alone, you know. Activate ability. Read the movement of the target for up to 2 seconds in the future. 3.28 seconds, around 3 seconds until our attacks hit. It's over. 0.56 seconds. Hey! If it's dangerous, you need to send us a signal. What are you? 1.3 seconds. What? The one we hunted that came from the lower abyss floors was around 1.3 seconds. I know. That's why we almost all died back then. So what about it? His reaction time is not bad. I don't think it's an attack an average explorer can pull off. I think you're still a bit too young to be called a veteran. Maybe around the 4th floor. Why is a dungeon baby dressed as a normal explorer? You guys must be human hunters. His reaction time is. You're scumbags that hunt your own species. I will make sure to destroy you. Seconds. What the hell is that? A monster? Shouldn't we need to help them? Help them, my ass, we need to. Are you? Fuck off. Why you? What are you? A dungeon baby. That's not what I'm asking. Ah, now I get it. I think I get it now. All these corpses, it's your doing, right? You slaughtered your own expedition team so you could take the war beast for yourself. Just like us, that's right, a human hunter. So you must also be a human hunter. Not even worth hearing out. The captain is fighting and half of them fled. He's from the abyss, run away. Pieces of trash. I won't let a single one of you go. Now I can't even tell what's real or not. Ability or not, it's all meaningless. The difference is too big. Change ability target. The target will be myself. Whoa. A level 12. What a creepy bastard. It's over. Oh no. The down gems are. I should have fought without my bag. You still want to fight me? I already gave you a chance. What's with that expression? And the farm animals we have are 20 rabbits and 14 bears. Our food supply can't keep up with the labyrinth's growth, the farm animals haven't even had a chance to go through a single generation yet. We'll be fine for a while thanks to the flood dragon corpses, but why don't we have the Nagas sustain themselves with the power of the down gems for now? We can prioritize giving food to the rats. Sounds good, since summoned beings can be sustained solely with the power of the down gems. I don't think you have to worry about that. I'll die if I don't eat. After our territory became that of a nobles, we haven't been attacked. But we should find a hunting ground as soon as possible. Rikshasha. Did you find something good while scouting? I found that many beasts have settled into the empty blood leopard territory and the flood dragon labyrinth. If we hunt all of them, we will be able to last for at least a couple of months. Great, now that we've solved our food problem. All we have left is the wall construction. Master. You're back. Stop. That's not your food. That's the thing you need to protect, Hoya. You may not eat anything other than the food the labyrinth provides. Come here and sit still. Is it a werbeast? How did you? I just picked it up on my way back. It's been following me since I saved it from being captured by some trash on the 7th floor. So many humans have died because of her, so I couldn't just leave her there. Well, other than that. Hand. Is a hero rank this common? They're born as one. Werbeasts have been working for the nobility of the abyss, so they usually don't leave their noble's territory. Why was she on the 7th floor? It seems that she's not the only werbeast that's been gathering on the lower floors. Humans have been capturing them. I mean, this child. From her looks and how she acts, it doesn't seem like she's served nobility before. I wonder if something's going on in the abyss nobles' territories. The wolf monkeys from the 6th floor were found on the 2nd floor, and now the hell spiders and even werbeasts are coming up to the lower floors. The underworld has been chaotic recently. Well, now that she's with us here, please look after her well. Also, the flood dragon labyrinth core synchronization has. I'll settle the labyrinth's maintenance after I come back from above ground. I came here straight from the 7th floor to drop off Hoya. Don't cause any trouble, okay? Make sure to listen to Dominique well. If you keep eating whatever you see, we'll boil you alive and eat you. Your payment will be transferred to your account. 2 weeks later. I'm glad she was able to adjust well. Although we were the ones who had to do the adjusting. Thanks for your hard work. Now then, time to check the completed labyrinth core. The Naga main core and the sub-flood dragon core have been synchronized. A new core has been successfully formed. You are now able to summon new types of troops. It costs 1510. What's with this ridiculous cost? Its maintenance cost is off the charts too. This must be the siege-class flood dragon. And the flood dragon was able to summon something like this. The Naga cavalry seems quite useful, but our rank isn't high enough yet. This isn't worth the 2,900 energy we lost. Maybe I'll summon some of the ones that I wasn't able to check out because of the battle. Naga summon. Naga long-range scout. Naga sorcerer. Not too bad. We won't have to worry about not being able to scout anymore. We can also lower the casualty rate with the sorcerer. Master, we actually have another serious problem apart from scouting. The labyrinth's current food supply is nowhere near enough to meet demands. We can only last a month or so with our regular hunting grounds and the flood dragon corpses. Is Rikshasha nearby? You've called, my master. I'll summon you a Naga scout, so I'll leave you to check out the ecology around here. We need to find a hunting ground for our food supplies. I understand. As for you, I'll grant you the right to use the energy stored in the Flood Dragon Labyrinth core, so use them to upgrade facilities like the smithy and the research lab. I understand. Quintus will be in charge of training the soldiers and protecting the workers. As for Draken, he will be in charge of Hoya. Now loading. Month later the Naga Labyrinth became incomparably stronger. The rumors about the Naga King becoming a noble had spread, so no intelligent being dared to approach the labyrinth. We were able to fend off the remaining unintelligent beasts quite easily with the strengthened defenses. We made equipment with the minerals we've been mining from the beginning but previously couldn't put to use, and with consistent training and research. We reached a point where things took care of themselves before I even had to step in. In addition, under Rakshasha's command, they formed a special scouting team of horned rats. They keep watch in shifts at the scouting bases. At the upper right corner of the entrance, fanged bats have settled down. I'll record that down. I apologize for coming all the way to your private room, but we received an urgent message from the northern scouting base. It's all right, you may report. A small-sized army has appeared around half a day's distance from the labyrinth. What? An army? Not beasts? Yes. A troop numbering roughly 30 is heading toward the labyrinth at the moment. There are 2 commanders, and they both seem to be of hero plus rank. They may be small in size, but in order to minimize any damage done to the Naga troops, I ordered them to focus on defense instead of going on the offensive. Good work. I think I should go myself. Lead the way. Yes. Naga Labyrinth Northern Gate. We are envoys of Malaxis, the king of hammers and anvils. I am Block and I am Block. We are here to have an audience with the Naga Labyrinth's king. How dare a mere human get in our way? How arrogant. If you wish to remain alive, make way. I'm not even your owner, so why are you bowing down to me? We're here to pay our respects to you. You're the first to earn the title of a noble in this area. We didn't intend to cause any trouble. It just never occurred to me that the master of the Naga Labyrinth might not be a Naga. What a pain in the ass. We've disrespected you greatly despite your status as the master of a labyrinth. So you entered my territory with an army just to say hello? Of course not. Our master Malaxis would like to form an amicable relationship with you, Lord. We only brought our elite troops here because it's a very important meeting. We didn't have any other intentions. To congratulate you on joining the ranks of nobility, we've brought you a gift. These down gems are equivalent to 500 labyrinth energy points. Not bad. I'll forgive you because of your sincerity. Oh, you're truly generous for doing so despite the insignificant gift. Does that mean we're the first ones to? That's right. It's understandable for the Labyrinth of the Dead to not visit, but what's the Labyrinth of Gluttony doing? Yeah, it's technically the closest labyrinth from here, after the Flood Dragon Labyrinth. You guys, how did you know where the Naga Labyrinth was? As proof of the Labyrinth of Hammers and Anvils amicability, we will give you information on the nearby labyrinth's locations and the current situation. Firstly, the Naga Labyrinth is in this region, explain it in terms of the 9th floor. And right next to that is the Fallen Flood Dragon Labyrinth. We found the Naga Labyrinth by searching the vicinity of the Flood Dragon Labyrinth. The Labyrinth of Gluttony lies in the northern Corrupt Valley, while the Labyrinth of the Dead lies in the northeastern Barren Lands. Our labyrinth is located in the upper underworld mountain ranges above the Labyrinth of Gluttony. The labyrinths of the ninth floor are keeping each other in check while taking over the small labyrinths that have been appearing in the area, thus maintaining the deadlock. Of all the labyrinths, the toughest ones are the Flood Dragon Labyrinth, the Labyrinth of Gluttony, and the Labyrinth of the Dead, and the trio has formed a power balance. So I broke the power balance by taking down the Flood Dragon Labyrinth. I have no intention of blaming you, but that's correct. Soon enough, there will be a bloodbath on the ninth floor. Which is why the weaker labyrinths like us will start to visit you with the excuse of congratulating you on your newly acquired noble title. So that was just an excuse. I like your honesty. If we hide it from you, after all this, I'm sure it'd just backfire on us, so. But is it really a problem when the Labyrinth of Gluttony and the Labyrinth of the Dead can keep each other in check? Actually, the idea of the three-way power balance was just an assumption made by the Flood Dragon Labyrinth and the Labyrinth of the Dead. The Labyrinth of Gluttony is not interested in attacking anyone or keeping anyone in check. All the king does is sit on his throne and enlarge his body, as befitting his title as the King of Gluttony. His body has gotten uncontrollably large and he has, in turn, gained an unmeasurable amount of power. Since there is no way to feed his tens of thousands of gluttons, he won't attempt to leave the labyrinth. That's contradictory. Wouldn't he be starving if he only stayed in his labyrinth? When they are in a suitable nest, they'll gain energy without losing any. I see, so they get stronger endlessly just by doing nothing. I never thought that something so bothersome would be so close to us. It's very valuable information. Deliver my greetings to your master, Malaxis. We appreciate your generosity, Lord. You've come a long way to get here. Will you be resting here before your departure? I appreciate your consideration, but I don't think it'd be good if we were to run into other visitors. I see. If that's how it is. Quintus, get some soldiers and escort our guests out. Yes. My king. Rikshasha, based on what you know about the ninth floor, is his information credible? Yes. The mercenary group I am associated with traveled from east to west. I can confirm that his information on the swamps, rivers, wanderers and dead's location are more or less accurate. Good. Record the map on the ground before it gets erased. Just as the goblins predicted, Master, more visitors are here. What a pain in the ass. Guests from the Dream, Swamp, and Wanderer labyrinths visited us in the next couple of days. The Labyrinth of Dreams sent species that looked like witches or fallen fairies. The Queen of Dreams, Ariane, doesn't seem to like the emergence of a new noble. If you are not cautious, information about your labyrinth may be exposed. The Labyrinth of the Swamp sent fishy and soggy species. The King of the Swamps, Garintos, was afraid that the new power in the underworld would be hostile toward them. They wanted to ensure that their non-aggression agreement would be upheld. Lastly, the Labyrinth of Wanderers sent aggressive centaurs. Hecarim, the King of Wanderers, is very interested in the story of the King of the New Power. Only the hammer and anvil guys brought us gifts. The centaurs were even rude to us. So tired. Weren't they supposed to be like honorable guardians of the forest or something? We haven't heard anything from the Labyrinth of the Dead and the Labyrinth of Gluttony. The parasite has detected a disparate presence. Parasite skill, detect, is being activated. Looks like that's not the case. Sorry. Lump of glutton. The owner's room. When did it? They're by far the rudest visitor we've had. They sent this thing but didn't even come to say hello. They were even spying on us. Does your owner want a war or something? Master. Lumps of glutton have collective intelligence. What they see and hear is delivered directly to the king. Did I just declare war on them? I don't think that was a good idea. Why don't we just do it? What? I didn't tell you this in front of the goblins because I was afraid of information getting leaked. But we have a very clear advantage against the gluttons. Their weakness is ice, Master. Is that so? 0. It's war, slime. I've already figured out the location of your labyrinth. And your weakness as well. What? We will depart in exactly a week. We will freeze up your entire labyrinth. What the hell is this crazy bastard saying? If you would like to apologize to us, you'd better come to us yourself before next week comes. Now loading. 1 week later. Master. Is he here? Yes. The master of the labyrinth of gluttony has arrived. Step back, Dominique. They're here to apologize, yet they entered without permission. You must have come here to die instead of apologizing. King of gluttony. Uther. You must have come here to die instead of apologizing. King of gluttony, Uther. When did he? It looks like you planned to quickly break through to the owner's room and break the labyrinth core, but did you not consider that I would have prepared for something like that? Magicians. Looks like you don't even have a shred of pride. It's useless. You've been surrounded for a while now. We'll freeze you together with the whole corridor. You still won't say anything until the end. This is not what I expected. It doesn't seem intimidated or reluctant after seeing the ice. In fact, it seems more excited. Like it's about to start attacking at any moment. Was it a mistake to bring it all the way to the owner's room? Was Dominique's decision wrong? No, there's no way she's wrong. Magicians, strengthen your blades. Parasite ability, hardening, is being activated. Even if there are millions of you, you are still slimes. You should have just bowed to me. I will freeze all of you to the core. Everybody attack. Don't let it attempt anything. I am sorry. Excuse me. Hello. I'm Uther. I've come to apologize. Magicians. Huh. I thought that I was just being led here by the maids. It seems that I've been rude. Sorry. I'll be heading out. Heek. I can't get out because the exit is blocked. You've been surrounded for a while now. We'll freeze you together with the whole corridor. Huh. But I came to apologize. Wait, please calm down and listen to what I've got to say. Stop. Calm down. I don't want to fight. You still won't say anything until the end. I've been talking since just now. Hold on. I have no vocal cords. So that was what happened. Sorry. It has been so long since I talked to somebody that I forgot the parts one needed for a conversation. Well. Did I forget language as well? But I've been spying on other labyrinths as well, so that shouldn't be the case. Sehr erfreut. Get es in gut. Asterisk nice to meet you. How have you been, asterisk just, go back to the previous one. We've been listening to you. So, are you really the king of gluttony, Uther himself? Yes. Allow me to introduce myself again. I am Uther, the owner of the Labyrinth of Gluttony, leader of the gluttons in the corrupted valley. Congratulations on being appointed as a baron. It was actually my first time seeing a noble, so I didn't know that I had to prepare a gift. I started preparing in a rush after seeing the goblin envoys through a piece of gluttony. But I've never given a gift to anybody before. Well, I never really made contact with other labyrinths after I got my own. So I was thinking about what to gift you. Rather than a master of a dungeon. I commanded it to figure out what you might like, but I didn't expect it to go all the way to the owner's room. I really didn't do it on purpose, but I didn't know that I would get discovered as well. This guy is just a shut-in hikikomori. Aren't you quite abstemious for having the title of glutton? Hee, thank you. It wasn't a compliment. To tell you the truth, I've been using energy to maintain my form ever since I left the labyrinth of gluttony. These dark ones are all dead. Because of that, tens of gluttony pieces are dying of starvation every minute. You look quite calm for someone whose body is slowly dying. Well, the gluttony pieces don't really have any self-consciousness, and I'll be the last one to starve, so. I came with about 1 million of them, so I'll be able to last for about a month. It will be over for you if I freeze all of you at once, though. You are absolutely right. No, it is impossible to freeze all of him at once. He only needed to kneel to crack the floor, and he only needed to bang his head against the ground to disperse the magic. He has overwhelming mass. It would be impossible to freeze him to the point where he won't be able to move. Thank God he's more afraid of ice than he should be. Well. Now that the misunderstanding has been resolved, and I've given you my apology, is it alright if I go back? Nope, unfortunately, it will be difficult for me to accept your apology. Huh. But didn't you tell me to come to you in person if I wanted to apologize? I told you to come over and apologize, but I never said that I'll forgive you. Ugh, but. Well, it's not like it's impossible for me to forgive you. With the privilege bestowed upon me as a noble of Geyser, I ask you to become my servant, my first knight. Then I'll forgive you. A knight of a noble. How could someone like me take such an honorable position? We've only just met. Aren't you a master of a labyrinth as well? I have no doubts about your combat abilities. You'll be bound to me through a contract, so it doesn't matter if I trust you or not. I earn a trustworthy servant, and you won't have to worry about ice, your mortal weakness. Most importantly, you'll become the first knight of a noble. Everyone will look up to you. Ah, the first knight of a noble. Hee, this guy is actually just a hikikomori. I shall begin the contract ritual. I, Baron Kim Jin-woo, name Uther, master of the labyrinth of gluttony, as my first knight. Sign here if you agree. Yes, sir. All right. With this, the contract has been made. I, Baron Kim Jin-woo, have no obligation to protect Uther, my first honorable knight. However, Uther, the master of the labyrinth of gluttony, shall be obligated to protect me and my labyrinth with his life. He will also be required to obey my commands, whatever they may be. In addition, he is required to give up half of his total labyrinth earnings in gems to me as an offering. Furthermore, he is obligated to make all the storage and treasure rooms in the labyrinth of gluttony available to Kim Jin-woo. If he owns any equipment or down gems that may suit Kim Jin-woo, he shall offer it to Kim Jin-woo immediately. Furthermore, if Kim Jin-woo wishes to have any pihi sessions, he should acquiesce. The Black Merchants Council of the Round Table. It seems that our regular auction will go well according to plan. Of course. It is the Black Merchants' best event. We can't afford to make any mistakes. Have you sent all the invitation letters? It seems that the ones in charge of the first, second, and third floors are all absent. Well, there are no labyrinths left unscathed thanks to the humans anyway. But the fourth floor somehow managed to take part. They'd also be busy fending off humans. Is there someone who'd like to enter the auction? Ah, there's this greenhorn who said he wanted to have a look at the auction. Isn't it common for new labyrinth owners to show interest in the auctions? Why are you making such a big deal out of it? No, that's not it. The owner of the fourth floor this time is he's a human. Boo-hoo. The labyrinth has accepted a human once more. I wonder how long this one will last. Speaking of humans, how is the human on the 9th floor doing? It's not as chaotic as the 8th floor, but isn't the 9th floor the toughest floor for new labyrinths to survive? Can you tell what this is? Of course. Isn't that a VIP ticket for nobles? Why do you have that when you're not even in the deeper floors? Wait, no, it can't be. VIP? Yuhi hike. The human on the 9th floor managed to get appointed a baron. Oh, unbelievable, it's already surprising that he's still alive. I can't believe he's a baron too. With the special prizes that we prepared and the presence of the first human noble ever, this auction will turn out to be very interesting. VIP ticket? Yes, it's an annual festival that we black merchants hold. Regular products are sold by black market dealers like us, but rare items in high demand are put up for auction. Everyone should have equal opportunities, after all. Then that would mean that the participants would be labyrinth owners. Does anyone even show up? Of course, tens of people show up every year, and we've received over 100 participants at its peak. There are so many labyrinths that survived. Geyser is far bigger than what you imagine, Master. There is probably much more to the 9th floor than what was shown in the goblins' maps. We also provide other services. Woo! When you leave your labyrinth empty while participating in the auction, the black merchant's flag will be hung at your labyrinth. If other labyrinths attack a labyrinth that has our flag up, they will be blacklisted by the black merchants. We will restrict trade to their labyrinth and may even destroy their labyrinth itself depending on the situation. With the power of a group of merchants? I understand that you might find it hard to believe, but there is a reason why our organization has managed to survive for centuries. I do remember evading the destruction of my labyrinth in my early days by escaping to the auction venue. Ah, yes. That happened even before the Great War. I remember that too. You Uther, the king of gluttony. Hello. Why is the master of the labyrinth of gluttony here? And isn't that the labyrinth of gluttony behind him? That's my home sweet home. Wah, what is going on? He's my knight now. After signing a contract to make Uther my subordinate, I gained the ability to open gates between the two labyrinths. The labyrinth of gluttony is basically next door now. Good lord. You made a labyrinth owner of the same floor your subordinate. Is there a problem? And no. I don't think so. The alliance between the labyrinth of gluttony and the Naga's labyrinth would be a significant force on the 9th floor. The surrounding labyrinths are going to be wary of you. You don't have to worry about that. It seems that Delicious is the only one the labyrinths on the 9th floor are paying attention to. They would simply assume that this alliance was made to keep Delicious in check. I didn't expect you to have figured out the situation as well. You've managed to surprise me once more after the war against the flood dragons. This is not good for an old man's heart. However, it seems that the contract did not completely bind the subject under my control. To be precise, my control only extends to the contracted individual. I am unable to control the labyrinth that it owns. The first knight of Kim Jin-woo, owner of the Naga's labyrinth, Uther, the king of the labyrinth of gluttony rank 5, can only see the labyrinth's rank. I can't access the summon or build functions. How did you get your dungeon to level 5 when you don't even like to go outside? I tried my hardest too in the beginning. Well, would you like a tour of the labyrinth of gluttony? I'll pass on that. I've visited it several times as a merchant. How should I put this? That place feels kind of unpleasant because its walls and floors are all covered up in slime. Yeah, it's pretty unpleasant. How could you? Anyway, back to the topic. We provide VIP tickets instead of normal tickets to the higher-ups, the nobles of Geyser. You'll be seated in a private room with a clear view of the auction items. Participants outside the room won't be able to look in. Complimentary food and service that befits the tastes of nobles will be provided. So I recommend that you participate, if only for the entertainment. Is the Ghost King participating? You mean Valicious? Well, it's difficult for me to provide personal information, but I'd say that he's a regular who participates every year. He is very interested in biological experiments, so he usually buys the live goods. That's a lot of information that you're providing me. How can I keep my mouth sealed when questioned by a baron? Besides, I think that things will become more interesting this way. I will seriously consider your offer. I could go there to scout around as well. If you visit us, we will provide you with our best services as a thank you.